Hey, welcome to Riverbank. Welcome to Riverbank. Video. Say hello. Say who you are. Say who you are.
Oh, I'm Kareem Francis, Wade Francis, wife. Hi.
You are?
We recording? Scanlon. Hi.
Tell us who you are, Mary. Mary? Say hi, Mary. Tell us who you are. Your name? I can hear it. Talk. Video. Thank you. Tell us who you are. Can I get you to say something? Say something? Tell us who you are. It's video. It's video.
Oh, hi. I am Alana Level, and this is my friend Julie Braun. And we're so happy to be here tonight for the Boys and Girls Club.
Yes, we are.
Thank you. Tell us who you are. Hey, Chris, what's up?
Boys and Girls Club support the club is changing Harlem.
All right.
inside. Will you?
Wait till you see.
People don't know that it's
Wait till you see this video, Bevan. Oh, I got a
Oh, that's
nice
gonna be
one.
good.
Stay cool out.
Say something for the video, ladies.
Well, something
Well-
for the videos. We've become very close friends working
Oh.
on this event together.
Definitely.
We have a great time and we're very
Yeah.
proud of our efforts.
Yes. And I believe everybody's having a great time.
Everyone's having a great time tonight in this lovely
Yes.
venue.
And I really feel like Patty had a lot to do with this event.
Oh, not
I
as
mean,
much as
an awful
Beverly.
lot to do.
Not as much as Beverly, that's for sure. But we're happy. We're
Yes,
happy.
we are.
We feel good about,
Yes.
the progress of the group. So.
Yes.
Well, it's all for the
Yes.
kids.
This year is
It's all
Right?
for the kids.
Yes.
It really is.
Hey,
And,
kids.
And we're going to put this on Beverly's show called Our Children.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
All right?
Yeah, on
We have to
Manhattan
invite
Major
Patty
Network.
down to the studio.
Actually, I would
Yeah.
love to.
Would you come?
I'd love to
Yeah.
come down.
Oh, we can have a conversation about
We
it.
can have a conversation about this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it
All
would
right.
be a delight. I'd be thrilled.
All right.
I'll
I'll
reserve
bring
a
the
spot.
corn muffins from Syrupus.
Oh, that's the first meeting I had at her house.
We love corn
Oh,
muffins from
they're
Syrupus.
so good. And she has special cheeses too. I mean, you guys have missed it.
You missed
It was
Jesus.
more fun doing all this work.
We had a lot of fun.
Didn't we?
We really had a good time.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to
What's
see
that?
what's
She going-
behind all
What's
this.
happening?
And here comes.
Oh, they're talking? Oh,
they're
Shirley
talking.
is
Let's
skills such as Passport to Manhood and Smart Girls, which are programs that teaches them about the importance of delaying risky behaviors such as alcohol and drug use and sex and things of that nature. We also recently started, within the arts component, a video production program where our young people made a PSA, which is a public service announcement, to cover topics such as safe sex and anti-smoking. And they did everything from develop the video treatment and write the scripts and make costumes and everything themselves. And then we have it available on our website, which is harlembgc.org. We invite you to check that out. And we also started a new dance program this summer as well, where they learn not only African and modern dance, but also hip hop and ballet, which is some things that kids in Harlem are typically not often exposed to. And then they go to Arts Horizon painting. We have a recreation program as well, because like Boys and Girls Club is really about fun, as you'll hear from our young people that are here tonight. You know, fun is an important component of any Boys and Girls Club. So Triple Play is one of the programs that we have where they get an opportunity to be able to get out and engage in physical fitness activities to keep them healthy. We have 3 locations throughout Harlem. Our flagship location is located at West 144th Street and Camden Avenue. And we also have Frederick Douglass Academy, which is one of the top middle high schools here in Harlem. And then we have a partnership with NYCHA, the New York City Housing Authority, at Manhattanville Houses, where we also house a variety of our different programs and services, particularly for teens at Manhattanville. We've been successfully serving over 1,500 young people on an annual basis. I like that. Brother Congressman Randall's office is giving up a clap for that. Yeah, that's very significant. Because if they're with us, that means they're not out in the street engaging activities that can be getting them distracted otherwise. But how you can potentially be a partner to us to support us on an ongoing basis. You know, the kids, what we're looking to do for them is to develop a mentorship program, for example, where we can invite professionals in from the workforce and who may be retired, who can talk to them about professions and give them guidance and direction. We also want to look at providing healthy snacks during the after-school hours and musical instruments as well as sports equipment, and take them on a variety of different field trips. Our Summer Leadership Academy is one of the best and most affordable programs that is offered throughout the Harlem community during the summertime. And you know, the young people themselves can tell you what a great time that they have, you know, participating in the program. And I want to close on this particular note. I can remember about 2 years ago when I took a trip to Ghana, West Africa. And I was driving down the street and I saw a young girl, couldn't have been no more than 10 years old, about the same age as the young people that we serviced. And she had this excruciating look of pain on her face. She was walking bare feet through the street. And I turned to the driver that I was with and I said, I feel like pulling over and buying her a pair of shoes. Because I could see, she has no shoes and she looks like she's in pain. And he said to me, if you were to do that, she'd only turn around and sell the shoes and buy food. Because shoes is not her issue, she's hungry. And what that said to me, I learned an important lesson that day. We cannot presume or assume what the needs of others are. We have to take the time to find out. And so in order to be able to address and meet those needs, we have to really dig deep and get a sense of how we can address them by stepping up and finding out what they are and then coming up with solutions. And that's what the Boys and Girls Club of Harlem has been able to do. Come up with solutions that have been able to address the needs and challenges that our young people face on a daily basis, such as gang involvement. We have gang prevention programs and a variety of different things to meet them right where they're at to address the needs in the community. But I don't want you to hear it from just me. I'm going to actually bring up a couple of our young people that are in the program that are receiving the services on a daily basis so they too can tell you what their experience has been in the Boys and Girls Club so that way you can be able to hear firsthand. The first person I'm going to invite up is Christian Salisbury.
Hello, my name is Christian Salisbury and welcome to Autumn in New York. I've been in the Boys and Girls Club of Harlem for about 5 years and it's awesome. Some of the programs and activities are fitness training with City Gym Boys, social recreation, passport to manhood, and youth for unity. We are able to use the computers for homework and entertainment and get to be creative with arts and crafts. Our Healthy Habits program helps us to lose weight, stay healthy, and make better choices about our lifestyle. The snacks we have are nutritious, like peaches, oranges, and pineapples. Every once in a while, we get surprise snacks that consist of whole grain, tortilla chips, and vegetable dip. Greek yogurt with granola, honey and nuts, or strawberries with whipped cream. When I first came here, I was a little nervous, but I got the hang of it. And I wasn't nervous anymore. I made new friends and met new counselors. This year, I'm in the older age group. We are the leaders of the club. I've also attended the Boys and Girls Club of Harlem summer camp, which was a fun experience. We visited educational landmarks through the 5 boroughs. We learned and did many interesting things. The counselors are Mrs. Francis, Miss Imani, Mr. Solomon, and Mr. Jason. They help us to understand our homework and how to respect others. I appreciate both Mr. Wayne Francis and Miss Edith Messiah. They represent me and the Boys and Girls Club of Harlem, and I wouldn't have it any other way. So once again, welcome and enjoy the rest of the evening.
Thank you very much, Christian. So not only are our young people dynamic, but as you can see, they're also very articulate. And we work with them very hard to prepare them for success. And you see how sharp he's dressed too, right? Can you give it up another hand for Christian? Next up, I'm going to bring up a second generation Boys and Girls Club member, the one and only Miss Coemi Pena. Quick story about Coemi. there was a program going on at her school, Our Lady of Lourdes, and one of the things that they had to do was sell tickets for this event. And all the kids, about half of our kids at our flagship location are from that school. And Coemi was the only one that was brave enough to walk up to me and say, Mr. Francis, would you like to buy a ticket for our event? And I was so shocked, because I knew they were all selling tickets, but she actually had the courage to come and ask me. And not only did I purchase a ticket, but I made sure I attended as well to support her at 9 o'clock in the morning, even though I had to come all the way from Queens just to be there for you, Coemi, and I'm glad I did it. So with no further ado, Coemi Pena.
Hi, my name is Coemi Pena, and thank you for coming to our event. I've been in the Boys and Girls Club of Harlem for 5 years, and the experience has been wonderful. One of the things that make it wonderful is that our counselors pick me and my friends up from school. They make sure that we are safe and practice safety whenever we are traveling outdoors. Another special thing about the Boys and Girls Club of Harlem are our counselors, Miss Francis, Miss Imani, and Mr. Jason. They teach us how important it is to respect each other's ideas and to complete our homework. Sometimes the counselors are strict because I know it because they want us to do our best in everything. One wish that I have is to be able to go to the summer camp. I've heard from my friend of mine that the summer camp is the best. She told me that in the summer they played tennis, went swimming, fishing, 2 museums, the Statue of Liberty, and water parks. Hopefully next year I'll be able to attend. I enjoy coming to the club. I get homework help, have a snack, and then participate in the fun and exciting programs. I really enjoy the days we have free time where we get to play games or times we get to do go to special places like the Radio City Christmas Spectacular. The first time I went to the Boys and Girls Club of Harlem, it was scary, but I had friends to help me out and I got the hang of it. Coming here taught me how to take chances and experience things whether you are scared or not, and that is my advice to you. Thank you for supporting Autumn in New York, and thank you for your continued support.
Thank you so much. Awesome. And what Coemi and Christian don't know is that we have a surprise for them. Tomorrow, they're going to receive, we received a donation of 10 brand new bikes from a corporation downtown. And we're going to donate the first 2 bikes to Coemi and Christian for their dedication and stepping up to the plate when we ask the volunteers to come out and speak tonight. And these are some nice bikes, folks. I mean, really nice bikes. So, this is just to show you that it pays to be a leader and to step up. So I want to thank not only those 2, but I also want to take an opportunity real quick to acknowledge my staff. With me tonight I have Edith Messiah, Director of Programs. Stand up and you gotta get out there. You got her here doing everything, I also want to acknowledge Ashanti Pratt. Is Ashanti nearby? I know she's been at the front desk. Everyone probably saw her as they walked in. Ashanti is my right hand, my administrative and development assistant. She's been critical to everything I do. And I also would be remiss if I didn't take an opportunity to acknowledge someone who I know doesn't like to be recognized, but I feel that I have to recognize one of the hardest working women in nonprofit, and that's Shirley Lewis, who has been a stalwart champion for this club. When I tell you she has gone above and beyond, there's no words that can really express how much she's done. She's my taskmaster, keeping me focused and making sure that we do everything that we need to do to make sure these boys and girls get everything that they need to get. And I admire her so much for all her efforts. Next up, I want to bring up Mr. Rodney Capel. Rodney Capel is not only the first vice chair of our board, but he also holds the distinct honor of being the son of Mr. Jim Capel, which I can't think of a bigger honor than that. So I'm going to bring him up, and he's going to take over the next phase of our program. Rodney Capel, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening, Harlem. How is everyone? I want to thank everyone for being here this evening. It's really a pleasure and an honor for everyone to be here in many facets that impact me and personally. Obviously, the Boys and Girls Club is near and dear to my heart. I spent the last 5 years, it seems like 6 with that building, right? The last 5 years working with an incredible, talented board who spent multiple hours and days and weeks and years trying to make a center, a haven for young people of Harlem to be safe, to be secure. It's my honor to sort of work with them on these projects and to be a partner with them, and they teach me a great deal about how to be a better board member. I want to thank you all very much and give a round of applause to our board, please. We're led by an incredible leader in Shirley Lewis, who has been just tremendous in helping in my own navigation through life, and a supporter and friend, and she's been a great sister to also my father, and I want to thank Shirley as well publicly for all the work she does for us as well. She's a tremendous leader. We are supposed to be in the program part where some of our elected officials are here. Some of them are running around. Some have fallen ill. I got a call from Keith Wright, who wished he could be here. He has fallen ill and can't be here this evening, but he gives his regards. His big brother, Jim Capel, who he spent countless years in the state office building, gave him great tutelage, and he wanted me to share that with him. I believe Robert Jackson is supposed to be on the way. I believe Congressman Rangel's office, the place that my father spent a great deal of his career.
Following Jim in his footsteps, and it's been a tall order. I haven't gotten there yet, Jim, but thank you for the mentorship that you've given me over the years. Let me first acknowledge the ladies and the women in this room. You are breathtaking. So men, give these women a round of applause, please. I mean, I was going to a fashion show when I walked through the door. I said, oh, fashion, right? Wow. And for Koimi and Christian. I also am the president of the NAACP Mid-Manhattan branch. And in my early days as the first vice president, I tried to recruit Rodney on my board. But Shirley Lewis grabbed him from me. And I'm glad she did. I'm glad she did. But I'm going to give Koimi and Christian a membership to our youth council, and that'd be my donation to you two. And hopefully we'll get donations for the rest of the Boys and Girls Club, because you all should be members of NAACP, really. It's exciting, we have AXO, and it's a great program to exceed far ahead. I cannot be up here and not have the Rangelettes come up, because there are two special women in Jim's life that have been with him for a very long period of time. They love him, and that is Vivian Jones and Tina McRae, and they have something really special to say to their boyfriend. Come on up here, Ms. Jones. Oh, she's so shy. It's a fashion show. It's one of the fabulous. Let's give Vivian Jones fabulous. She's been with Mr. Ranger since the beginning. I won't tell.
That's all right.
But they have some words they'd like to express to Jim as he makes his way up to us. So I'll let the dean speak first.
Jim, where is he? Coming up? I said, well, we share the same caves, I guess. So I want to Jim, because he's been a wonderful friend and a comrade of all of us through all our trials and tribulations with the Rangel family. So I just wish to say good sailing, and I'm happy that you're retired and enjoying life, and I hope that I'll be soon following in your footsteps. Bless you. Wonderful, Jim.
Thank you, Vivian. Jim, this is not easy for me at all. First of all, I'd like to thank you for putting up with me for so many years. I thank you so much. It's been a real pleasure working under your direction. I will say that, truth be told, our office, we've gotten a lot of compliments, and you are one of the main reasons for those compliments. We are a team, And you know, once you become a member of the Wrangle family, we never, ever let you go. So, you must know that you are still considered a part of the Wrangle family. Unfortunately, Congressman Wrangle, who really wanted to be here tonight, is not able to be with us, everyone, because it is no secret whatsoever what's going on in Washington. But having said that, we wanted to just really make every effort to show our expression of love and gratitude for the greatness of Jim Capel. There is an entire community of individuals who are grateful for your efforts. Only just a few minutes ago, ladies and gentlemen, before coming up front here, someone whispered in my ear, and this is the truth, so help me, "Oh my God, he's done so much for me." And that is pretty much indicative in terms of who Jim Capel is. We get the whispers, we get the phone calls, and we are constantly getting people who know of the great things that you've done. So I want to say to you, Boys and Girls Club of America, thank you for the outstanding things that you've done. I want to say to you that, Rodney, I am not surprised at the great things that you're doing with the Boys and Girls Club. You've had a wonderful teacher. So thank you kindly once again. And I would say to Senorita Pena and Mr. Christian, Congressman Wrangle's office is always looking for good talent. So we want to put our bid in right away. A million thank yous, Jim Capel. I absolutely adore you. Always and forever. Thank you. Rodney, Boys and Girls Club of America, forever onward and upward. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
I don't get to do this much, Rodney. Well, it's a Congress, the United States House of Representatives, a day in honor of James Jim Capel by the representative of the 13th Congressional District of New York in the 113th Congress First Session Proclamation. And I'm going to read just a couple of things, and this is really from Congressman Wrangle. I am forever deeply grateful to my dear friend Jim Capel. Let me extend my well wishes to Georgia, Rodney, Faye, Lucas, and to the Board of Directors of the Boys and Girls Club of Harlem as you celebrate autumn in New York by honoring Harlem's hero, James Capel. Now therefore I, Charles B. Wrangle, representing the 13th Congressional District of New York, United States House of Representatives, in view of the above, do hereby recognize October 10th, 2013 as Jim Capel Day. I call upon the people of my district to observe this day with appropriate activities and celebrations in his honor. Charles B. Wrangle, Member of Congress.
Thank you, Jeff. I'm going to just be a little bit brief, just give you a little bit more meat to the bone here about who Jim Capel is. Obviously, I think I might know him as well as anybody here. A lot of you know him from his time working and read the bio of all the great things he's done. There's a great many things in that bio you don't realize. I did not grow up in a Boys and Girls Club. My Boys and Girls Club was Jim Capel. I had a father who would take an interest in taking me out to play catch and teach me how to play and do the great things that I wanted to do. I see our elected official. And it was a joy to be able to grow up to be Jim Capel's son. A lot of folks thought that that was sort of a negative monitor, to be someone else's son. It's not. It's the best honor you can have is to be proud of your father, particularly as a young man growing up in Harlem. And Harlem Hero is more than apt to describe not only the impact he had on me, but so many of you in this room, many of you who see him as a second father. You know, I know Melvin Norris and Kevin Wardally and so many other folks in this house, Eric Eade, I know that are in this place who are impacted directly by his life's work, not just by what the job entailed, and of course Miss Valerie, not just what the job entailed, but the things things that he did for you personally to make your life enriched. Not only was he my Boys and Girls Club, he was the Boys and Girls Club for most of the folks around my way. You know, we had a place where we would play. He was the only parent who was out there teaching us the correct way to hold a football, the correct way to throw a baseball, how to throw a curve, how to do things that you never got to get taught. The only parent that was out there. He was like the designated quarterback when you played touch quarterback. He was the designated pitcher when we played baseball. So this is the man that we're honoring tonight. I wanted to give you a little flavor of who he is and what he's meant to so many of us, but in particular myself. I've gone from being Jim Capel's son to Lucas's dad, so at some point I'll be, and of course he's now cursed being Lucas's granddad, so he knows how it feels now. But it's a wonderful, wonderful treasure to be not only a part of the Capel family, but in extension to that, the Capel family is about Harlem. And so Harlem is connected to us, and I hope that the young folks who are here today understand what a valuable, incredible thing that you have in the Boys and Girls Club that provides the young people of this district, the young people of this community, with a place to be safe, to be secure, and to learn and to grow. And so I want to thank Wayne for his leadership and all the other board members for that. I'm going to quickly now bring one of our elected officials up, Robert Jackson, the council member of this district who has served admirably for how many years? And has been a tremendous supporter of the Boys and Girls Club. We wouldn't have done nearly as much as we could do if it wasn't for his constant sort of pressure and dedication to supporting us. So Councilman Jackson, can you give a couple words?
Well, thank you, Jim. Let me just say that I'm so happy to be a part of this event. When Rodney told me about it and I said I wanted to come by, clearly, Jim, you deserve all the accolades. I wish that I could hand you a mega lotto ticket right now worth $40 million. And that would be a fantastic gift. You could, you know, go take a cruise around the world with your entire family. That would be fantastic because you deserve it. And not only that, but when you talk about the Boys and Girls Club of Harlem, thousands and thousands and thousands of young people have benefited from the Boys and Girls Club of Harlem. And I've been a supporter. It's board members, and you know who you are, but the chair, Shirley, I've said that I would allocate, going back, I remember we were in an auditorium, and I said I would allocate several millions of dollars of city council capital funding towards the goal and objectives of building the Boys and Girls Club right there at the site of PS 186, where I went to school myself. I grew up on 148th Street between St. Nicholas and Convent. As a baby of Harlem Hospital, I tell you that I'm waiting to see the beauty of the Boys and Girls Club of Harlem. But Jim, clearly I left a big, big gala where they were, you know, they were going to give me $1 million, and I said, I got to leave because I have to come pay tribute to someone that I've known ever since I've been in an elected office, and I'm a member of the City Council. If you don't know, I chair the Education Committee, co-chair the Black, Latino, and Asian Caucus, and I've known Jim, I guess basically ever since I've been in office. I really didn't know him prior to that, and I tell you, as Charlie Rangel's #1 person, anytime I needed Charlie or if I needed a contribution, a political contribution, Jim was always there. And I say that loud and clear without hesitation. And Jim, I would like to read a City Council citation to you and all of your guests, and then I'll present it to you. Is that okay? Okay. So it's a New York City Council citation. Whereas Jim Capel served our city, state, federal government, and the great community of Harlem in several important capacities during a distinguished public service career that spanned more than 40 years. And whereas Jim's dedicated and effective public service empowered each constituent served in his role as Community Board 10 District Manager, which I did not know, Jim, Executive Director of the New York State Office of Energy, which I did not know, District Manager of the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services, which I did not know, and the West Harlem Human Resources Administration, which I did not know. But I tell you, all I knew that you were the chief. And if I needed anything, I know I had to go to you. That I knew. And whereas after serving as staff director to Senator Carl McCall, Jim continued to rise through state and federal government. And in 1996, he became the chief of staff for our Congressman, Charles B. Rangel, the position Jim is best remembered for. And whereas Jim's career pinnacled as chief of staff, where he served as a senior advisor and administrator for Congressman Rangel, and continued to work behind the scenes to solve problems, mediate disputes, and handle every issue, now therefore be it resolved that as duly elected members of the Council of the City of New York, we recognize in you, Jim, James Capel, we have an outstanding citizen who is worthy of the esteem, of the recognition of the great city of New York, signed by Inez Dickens and myself as members of the City Council representing Harlem, Inez part of the Upper West Side, and me part of Harlem, Washington Heights and neighborhood. Jim, thank you for your service to our city and our community. Rodney, thank you, Councilman.
It's my great honor now to introduce the leader of our institution here, Shirley Lewis, our great leader.
Thank you. We've come to a very special part of our program and the climax of our program tonight. I am so pleased to have this opportunity to acknowledge and to thank and to pay respect to Jim Capel. This is something that I've wanted to do for a long time publicly. Jim is truly a hero. He's a hero in the Harlem community, as you've heard earlier, and he's a hero to the Boys and Girls Club of Harlem for sure. In order for you to understand how important Jim is to us and why he's so important, I have to give you just a little background. This club is, as you heard Mr. Jackson say, has been around for 33 years. And it's had its peaks and valleys. It had its founders, under its founders, it was very strong. It's a strong club. It had strong academic programs, sports teams. It had a strong board that bought that building Mr. Jackson talked about on 145th Street. But then during the, I guess the mid-1990s, the club started to lose ground. And it was reduced to a small after-school program and a summer camp. And while some of the board members, the founding board members stayed around and were at times the only funding source for the club, others left, other board members left, and they took with them valuable resources, they took with them expertise that we needed to keep the club going. So the club slipped below national standards. And I'm going to make a long story short, because it's awful. I was a relatively new member of the board, and we started to get notices from a national organization that we were slipping below standards, and if we didn't get up to standard, we were going to lose the franchise. So the warnings went on for a little while, but then we got an invitation from the senior managers from Atlanta, Georgia, from the Boys and Girls Clubs of America, that they'd like to meet with the board. And I was there, and several other board members were there. We somehow, and I'll save that part of the story, but somehow Mr. Rangel got word that the national organization was there to serve papers on us and to end our membership with the national organization. So then, again, I'm trying to truncate this story because you've been very patient tonight, but then enter Jim Capel. Jim came to the meeting to represent Mr. Rangel, And characteristic of Jim Capelli came in, he's very quiet. He's a good listener, you know. He'll listen. He doesn't say much at these meetings, but he listened, and the folks from National Office listed all of our offenses and said that, you know, this is it for the Boys and Girls Club of Harlem. You know, we've been very patient, et cetera, et cetera. And Jim let them finish, and he said, and with all the authority vested in him as Chief of Staff to Mr. Rangel, he said, and I quote, "You're not going to close the Boys and Girls Club of Harlem." He said, yes, that's what he said. He said, "You're going to give them an opportunity to get on their feet." And he said, "I want them to have the time and the resources to get on their feet, to handle all those things that you've listed that are wrong about, that they are not adhering to." So, fast forward again, the Boys and Girls Clubs of America supported us with a $50,000 technical assistance grant. And that means, we were to hire a qualified executive director, bring on 8 to 10 influential board members, and match the $50,000 grant with other than government funds. So and bring the club up to standard. We had a lot of things to put in place. So Elois Dupree, who is now our first vice chair, and yes, she deserves applause, and two women who were on the board, two pediatricians that were on the board at the time, Beverly Shears and Karen Dorsey, and myself. We burned a lot of midnight oil. But the only reason we made it through, and we did it, you know, we did it. We did all those three things that they said that were required by the technical assistance grant, and then some. But we only did it because Jim stood by us. He really did. He stewarded us so that he saw to it that we were eligible for some federal fundings that kept us going and growing while we went through the transition. He would direct us to foundations and corporations. He was always looking for money for us, looking for support in the community for us. He just did so much. And then he had an open door policy. He must have gotten sick of seeing me, but he would I would come to Jim's office, and then he'd never turn me around. He would counsel me and advise me, and I thank you for that, Jim. We were going to go under had it not been for you. You are a hero. You will save people, and you saved us. I thank you, Jim Capelli. Oh, I have an award. And we have this nice plaque for you, Jim, and it says you're a champion of youth, and we're honoring you in recognition of your outstanding commitment to our youth, to the community and the club. The vision, courage, enthusiasm, and leadership that you provide is an inspiration to all of us. Thank you, Jim. We love you, love you, love you. I'll bring it to you. You're going to come up. You can speak from here.
don't know what to say right now. Staff is going up. My son and Shirley has spoken about what happened in the early days. And one of the reasons that inspired me was that the dedication that Shirley and her crew made to the boys club there to improve the lives of these young boys and these girls. And that really touched me. I wanted to buy whatever assistance I could. And I'm not certain how to say this, one of the things that, all the things that happened, you heard talked about, one of the things that Charlie told me that really surprised me, he said, "You cannot embarrass me. Tell me anything you want to tell me. Just make sure that we get what we need." And it's just so happened we were at church and I couldn't do my normal cursing. So I told 3 or 4 guys there, in order for the club, the national organization, to get the money that they had for nationwide activities, they had to come to the Ways and Means Committee. Charlie Ring was the chairman. So I made sure they understood that unless Harlem was taken care of, there'll be some problem with the money they were supposed to have gotten. And the next thing I know, we got $50,000 grant and we got some other money as well. So we had a chance then to try to get ourselves together and do the work that we had to do. And I was so impressed with what the board and the leadership that Shirley was providing, and I knew it was going a long way. And I knew we had to raise more money. We used to have a fund in the Congress that a member could write and could allocate them whenever he wanted to. So we were able to get the congressman to make his contribution to the club as well. I think $300,000 or $400,000 we were able to do. And we were able to get some programming on with that as well. And we just wouldn't give up. We were not going to give up on this organization because they were doing some good work and some good things and working with kids who needed the effort. And Shirley was really working hard at that leadership. She so impressed me that we had an event one day. I was there and I was very impressed with what she was doing. And I know I went home that night. And one of the first things I was able to do, I called my son and I told him this thing I wanted him to do and I wanted to get him on board and so he could help. He was involved in government at the time. He was working with Clintons and a lot of other people, and I thought we could get some money through that effort. We never did. But we were able to get a lot of connection to a lot of things, and so through Shirley's effort, I was able to get him on board, and he was able to go there and do some work and provide some services, and I'm thankful for that. And not only did I get him on board, there's a guy back there, Melvin Norris. Melvin used to work with me in Charlie Ranger's office and was very, very, very smart. I knew that Melvin would know how to get things done if he had an opportunity. So that was some of the story about the Boys and Girls Club. And I wish that who that's going to give me that $40 million? I wish we get that $40 million right now so we can get the Boys and Girls Club going.
It's buried out back.
And when I was getting ready to leave Congressman's office, one of the things I said was that I was telling Shirley and I was telling her about Jeff Eaton back here. And Jeff, I knew that if Jeff was with us, we would keep the thing going and we could reach out to Bob and a lot of the other members and to make sure that things went forward. He promised he would do that and that would happen. And we had Tina and we had some other staff members who were helpful in making sure that we understood what we were trying to do. And I think we came out okay, but we still need help now. We need a lot of resources now as well. And so if any of you hit the number this week, any of you win the lotto, remember you made a commitment to me that you're going to give some money. All right,
Thank you so much, Mr. Capella, for all you have done, and we pray that you will continue to do. I want to encourage everyone to continue to support the auction. The silent auction is still open. We'll be open for about another 15 minutes, so certainly get your bids in before we close. We're going to get ready to close the program now and turn it over to the DJ so he could continue some dancing and some music and some wine and dine and some Ciroc. Of course, we got Ciroc as a sponsor. And in fact, I want to thank all our sponsors. If I could take a quick moment to acknowledge the sponsors who were so generous: the Business Council, Southern Wine and Spirits of New York, UFC, PSCH, HCC, Pfizer, Indian Point Energy, Verizon, and Blue Flame, to name a few. And there's quite a few others, but I don't want to belabor the point. I want to allow you to get on the party. Thank you so much for coming out tonight. Special thank you to my wife, Kareen, for coming out tonight and leaving the children at home for a change. I appreciate you for being here, and enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you, and God bless.